Hi everybody, it's me, B Atikali Sunflower. So I'm on today to do an unboxing video. I received the deck in the post yesterday and it was on pre-order. It's called The Bad Witch Tarot Deck and Guidebook. It's by Michelle Lodge. At the back of the box it says, step into your present power with a tarot deck made for witches who wrote their own rules. Created by indie comics artist Michelle Lodge, The Bad Witch Tarot Deck and Guidebook re-images the classic 78 card tarot through a bold, feminist and modern lens, featuring glamorous, alluring and richly expressive illustrations. The accompanying guidebook includes clear, upright and reverse meanings for every card, plus 3 accessible spreads designed to build confidence and encourage intuitive training. Perfect for new witches, tarot curious rebels, seasoned readers craving something fresh, and collectors ready to break free from the Rider-Waite routine. The Bad Witch Tarot Deck and Guidebook is your innovation to trust your instincts and embrace your inner bad witch. And this is a mass market deck by Fair Winds Publishing. So let's open the deck. So it's a pull-off box. It comes with the tarot cards and the guidebook. The guidebook is 127 pages. Let's bring it down so you can see. It was published in 2026 by Kyoto Publishing. First published by Fair Winds Press. So I don't know whether it's Kyoto Publishing or Fair Winds Press. That's the publisher. It's a bit confusing. It looks like a black and white deck, doesn't it, with splashes of red. But let's see if it is a black and white deck. It's got quite a nice content page. It's got an introduction, how to read the cards. I mean, then it outlines the major arcana, where it kind of gives you the archetype and the page for each archetype. When it's got the minor arcana, and it does it by suits, so suits of wands, cups, suit of swords and suit of pentacles. But it talks about spreads, so it's got single cast reading from straight shooters, 3 card spread for daily, badassy, decision spread, divine tree, a deeper dive for spiritual clarity, and the Celtic cross. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spreads here. And then it's got here a welcome page. So welcome to the Bad Witch Tarot Deck. The divine feminine cranks its energy up to 11 in this deck, moving beyond sugar and spice, love and light, to tap into raw, unfiltered feminine power. This is not about softness. It's about strength, sensuality and sovereignty. The Bad Witch Tarot represents the profound magic and magnetic allure that the divine feminine embodies within all of us. This deck calls on you to acknowledge chat false, because the feminine spirit is not passive, it's primal, it's radiant and it's powerful as hell. This deck is laced with the energy, sharp-edged, seductive and unapologetic bold. It reminds you that you are not here to be small. You are here to take up space. The tarot deck is your tool for finding clarity. This is your signal to summon the version of yourself the world has been waiting for. The universe is begging you to rise, to lean into your power and to rule your life on your own terms. It's time to step fully into your Bad Witch era and take your place as the master of the world. The power is yours. Your time is now. I'm happy you're here. and the author signed it. So it tells you how to read the cards for each suit. It talks about yes, no answers. It talks about reverse cards as well. Let me see what it says about reverse cards, because I've noticed that a lot of creators now are ignoring the reverse meanings. Reverse cards is when a card appears upside down, can often flip the meaning, sometimes presenting the opposite energy of the upright card. This could be positive or negative depending on the cards and your current situation. It could signal a blockage or a call to reflect more deeply, but don't worry, witch, I've got you. Each card in this guidebook includes upright and reversed interpretations, allowing you to gain deeper insight into your readings. Just remember to trust your intuition and don't be afraid to take your time. There's no wrong way to pull the cards. I'm glad that she said that, because a lot of people, like I said, are skipping reversals, and they've got a different meaning to me. So, you know, then for each card, it's got the number, the archetype. So for the 4, it's got 0. Then it's got the archetype name, the 4. And then in a yes, no, it's highlighted yes. And then it's got some keywords. So upright, it's got new adventure, energy, 0 regrets, 0 chill, free spirit vibes. Reversed is TL, I don't know what TL means, DR, think twice, creative, caution tape, bad decisions. I mean, it gives you like the upright and the reversed kind of meanings. So it does that for all of the major arcana. So let's have a look at the minor arcana. It does the same thing. So she hasn't skimped on the minors. It's the same sort of thing for all of the suits. And then it gives you some spreads. You know, which I mentioned earlier. So you've got the 1 card spread, the card spread for daily badassery, and that's a 3 card spread, and it gives you the placement for each card. The decision spread, which is a 4 card spread. The divine tree spread, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, and the Celtic cross, which I like to use, the 10 card one. And it gives you the placements and what they mean. That's the guidebook. I would have loved to have heard more about the creator, you know, but there's nothing here about the creator, which is a shame, because I like to know about the people that design the deck, the cards or the decks. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. So they're in this red. Let's see, I can take this off. I want to keep it actually. I don't want to cut it off. Okay. So I'm going to compare the cards to a regular RWS just for size and stuff. So if I compare it to my Albano Weight, which is a regular Rider-Waite Smith deck, they're slightly taller, if you can see that, just slightly, but the same width, just a tad taller. The cards have got like a matte feel. They are reversible, as you can see. I've got a feeling this is a black and white deck. I don't know why. The edges aren't edged, so you can do it yourself, either grey or black, you know, or whatever takes your fancy. But let's have a look at the cards. So you've got the 4. She looks like a joker. She looks quite naughty, and she's spilt, I don't know if that's red potion because it's blood, but there's no guide or anything like that. So maybe she's not following that guide, or she's rebelling against the guide. The Magician is just a woman. You know, there's no table, there's no garden, there's no tools. The High Priestess is again a woman wearing red, sitting on the moon. There's no pillars, nothing like that. The Empress is somebody that's on her broomstick. No garden, nothing. It's quite a saucy deck. The Emperor looks like a strong feminine witch with her cat. The Hierophant I'm not sure if I'm liking this deck just by the first 5 cards. There's no pupils, nothing, you know, just posing with her with her broomstick. The Lovers is 2 same-sex people, or a couple that are same-sex. The Chariot is somebody with a crystal ball. You know, is that crystal ball to move forward? I don't know. Strength is someone just embracing their naked body. You know, I don't know how that's related to the Strength card, but the book did say that it wasn't Rider-Waite-Smith. The Hermit, you can see this person looks like they're going away in the dark to contemplate. I like the makeup, the very dark makeup. The Wheel of Fortune, again there's a cat there. Justice, you've got the scales. Her eyes are shut, not blindfolded, so she's kind of closing her eyes. The Hanged Woman, I like that, is suspended from a tree. I like the colour palette, you know, black and white with red. The Death, there's a skull there with candles. So maybe the transition, you know. The Temperance, kind of Rider-Waite-Smith inspired with the, you know, even flow, 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing. The Devil. In this picture, they're not chained, are they? But they are very subservient towards this devil character. The Tower. You can see the lightning. This looks kind of Rider-Waite-Smith inspired. The Star. Wishing on a star. The Moon. Person's embracing the moon. The Sun. So you've got the rays of the sunshine. Judgment. You know, I see this card as out of the old and in with the new. So maybe that's the past door, that's the future door. I'm not sure. Let's see what the book says. The World. And the person's in front of a globe, sort of thing. So moving on to the Suit of Wands. You've got the King of Wands, which is feminine with the crown. The Queen of Wands. There's no cat in this picture. The Knight of Wands. No horseback, but they are kind of flying in the air. The Page of Wands. She doesn't even look like a page to me. She's quite mature for a page. You've got the Ace. The Two of Wands. Pondering on what direction to fly. The Three of Wands. The Four of Wands. This looks more like the Five of Wands to me because I'm not seeing the foundation that they're building here. This is definitely conflict for the Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Person looks quite tired and overwhelmed. Eight of Wands. This is a fast movement of the wands in the air. Nine of Wands. And 10 of Wands. She looks like she's got a headache. She's scratching her head. She's overburdened and stuff. So moving on to the Pentacles. You've got the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Looks quite bored. She's got a pentagon around her neck. The Knight of Pentacles. And again, the Page looks very mature. I wouldn't expect a page to be dressing like that. She's got her book, which means that she could be studying witchcraft, but it's also very sexualised with the suspenders and stuff. She's got the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, so she's juggling there. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, she's being quite miserly there. Five of Pentacles, she's out in the woods on her own. Six of Pentacles is someone being quite generous there with the money. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. This is an interesting Nine of Pentacles, because normally she's quite independent. You know, she's normally in her garden, but this one's, I guess she could be waking up to an independent day, or it could be that she's independent when she's living on her own. But she's got her cat there on her bed. And Ten of Pentacles. So moving on to the Suit of Swords, which is my favourite suit. Let me see what this suit looks like. You've got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, you've got the Knight of Swords. Usually for me the Knight of Swords is normally fast moving, but this one, she's stagnated. And the Page of Swords, and the pages look very mature, like I keep on saying. So you've got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords. Oh dear, look at the Three of Swords. So it's pierced at the back of her heart, not at the front. But that's quite a sharp piercing. Four of Swords, she's taking a rest there. Five of Swords. See, that's an interesting depiction for the Six of Swords, because I see the Six of Swords as like moving towards safer waters, and this one is pierced with swords. Let me see what it says here in the book for the Six of Swords, because it's got a different type of meaning to what I would assign to it. So for the Six of Swords in the guidebook, it's yes for a yes, no answer. Outright, the Six of Swords is about moving on and finding calmer waters. Change may feel scary, but it's also a necessary part of life. This card signals transition, travel, or simple the shift from struggle into a brighter future. The key focus, you can't keep staring at what's behind you and expect progress. Point your broom forward, trust the journey, and allow yourself to move forward. Opportunities are waiting ahead. But it doesn't really reflect, does it, the swords that are in her? So maybe the swords are kind of pushing her forward so she doesn't have to look back. Or maybe the swords are steering her forward. It's the Seven of Swords, which is, you know, deception. But I guess that in this kind of picture, I don't know how this is deceptive, if I'm honest with you. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Nightmare card, and the Ten of Swords. Which is this is an interesting depiction of the Ten of Swords, because normally the person is being pierced by the Ten of Swords, but this is more to me like the Eight of Swords, where she's mentally trapped, but she can free herself. It's a very interesting depiction. So you've got the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups. So you've got the Ace. Look at the nail varnish. Beautiful red. The Two of Cups. So they're dating. The Three of Cups, having fun there. But with, you know, centre of attention in this fun thing. 4 of Cups. 5 of Cups. This is kind of Rider-Waite-Smithish. She's concentrating on the cups in front, but not looking at the cups behind her. They're upright, but not spilled in this deck. 6 of Cups. It's a victory card. 7 of Cups. Choices, which she's ignoring. 8 of Cups. She's walking away from that painful situation. 9 of Cups. Very comfortable in herself. And 10 of Cups. She's chosen to be single. It's interesting. It has got nods of Rider-Waite-Smith, but then it hasn't. So, but it did say in the guidebook that it's going to deviate from that. Let's give the cards a shuffle. These are like just math kind of cards, so they're quite easy to shuffle overhand. I think they're a bit thick for riffle shuffling, but definitely good for overhand shuffling. I'd probably pair this deck with a black and white deck, if I'm honest with you, or a red deck. So what are my first impressions? I don't know. That, you know, the people look older, like the pages look quite old. It's kind of very sexualized, but it is about being rebellion. I do like the colour palette. The cards are readable, and yes, they're not Rider-Waite-Smith inspired, but some of them are Rider-Waite-Smith inspired. I'm on the fence with this deck. I don't know whether I like it or not. I like the colour palette. I'm not sure if I like the changes though, but this deck to me is readable. So I'm going to do my interview spread with this deck and see how it works. It'll make quite a good Halloween kind of deck, or a deck to use in the spooky season. It's definitely a feminine deck. It's definitely a witchy deck, but it's got like a bit of sexual kind of undertone. So I don't know what kind of audience to read this deck to, because it is kind of sexualized, so I don't know. But it's a beautiful deck, different, and I'm not sure how I feel. But I'll leave a link in the description bar for anyone who's interested. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.